The first thing that I do when I start working with a contractor is I run a full business analysis. And almost every single time, I find the same thing. They are not getting paid enough. Now, before you go click off this video, I know exactly what went through your head. You're thinking, my prices are fine. My cost just went up, so I raised my prices and passed that cost along. And I've been in this game long enough, I know what to charge. And I want to stop you right there because that's exactly the problem. Yes, your costs went up, and so you passed that along, but here's what you didn't charge for. The last 5 years of experience you put into your business, or however long it's been since you've significantly raised your prices. The systems that you built, the mistakes that you made and learned from, the jobs that run tighter now, the crews that are dialed in more, all of that makes your product a better product, and your clients are getting something better today than they did 5 years ago. You got better, significantly better with 5 years more of experience under your belt. And you're still charging as if that 5 years didn't even exist. I'm Liz Chisholm, and I own and operate an outdoor construction company here in the Treasure Valley, and I run it in just 10 hours a week. And I coach contractors and remodelers how to build the systems and protect the margins in order to make that possible in their business. Now, the contractors I work with, when they typically first come to work with me, they're charging that 25 to 30% margins. And after working with them for a little bit, they're closer to 50. What I see when I sit down and look at a contractor's numbers is that they've been doing the same thing for years. They take the cost of the job, they add a percentage on top of that, and hope it's low enough to win the bid. That's it. That's the whole pricing strategy. And when I bring that up, I hear one of two things. Either, well, I can't raise my prices or else I'll lose the jobs. Or I hear, I've tried raising my prices once and it was a disaster. Listen, if you've tried raising your prices and it didn't work, here's what actually happened. You didn't know the math behind it. You bumped your number up, lost a couple of bids, and went right back to what was working. Because guess what? You've got a lot of pressure on you right now. You've got crews to pay for. You have a family to provide for. You cannot afford to sit around waiting on jobs that might not close. So you did what any good contractor would do, and you keep the work moving, keep your guys busy, keep them full time, and you are busy, but you don't have the business. You're running a crew, keeping the work moving, and you do not have time to sit down and run the scenarios on your own business. So let me do the math for you. What if I told you that every 5 jobs you take on, you're basically working 2 of them for free? So let me show you the math. Let's say the cost of the job, your subs, material, overhead, labor is about $20,000. That's your cost of goods sold. Now, most contractors are running at a 30% gross profit margin. So on $20,000 job, you're selling it for roughly $28,500, give or take. Your profit on that job is $8,500. Now let's move that to 50% gross profit margin. Same job that cost $20,000, you're now selling it for $40,000. Your profit on that job is $20,000. Now here's what I want you to really pay attention to. To hit $60,000 in total profit at 30% margins, you need 5 jobs. Now to hit that same $60,000 at 50% margins, guess what? You only need 3. Same money, but 2 fewer jobs. That's what the math actually says. Now I know you're gonna come to me and say, but Liz, my market won't support a $40,000 job, but my competitor's only charging 28. But here's what I've learned with working with contractors across the country. The clients who are shopping purely on price are not your clients. They will nickel and dime every invoice. They will push back on every change order. They will make your life miserable when something doesn't go perfectly. The clients who have real money, the ones doing custom outdoor living spaces, the master bath renovations, the full kitchen remodels, they don't trust a $15,000 bathroom. It makes them nervous. A $25,000 bathroom, on the other hand, tells them that you know what you're doing. So price is a signal of quality. Now, if your price is too low, you're actually repelling the exact clients who can fund your growth. And here's the part that guys don't connect with until they see it laid out, like I'm doing in this video. When the margins are too thin, you have no cash reserve. When there's no cash reserve, you can't afford to hire. When you can't afford to hire, you stay the bottleneck, and you're on every job, answering every call, making every business decision. The business cannot run without you, which means you don't have a business. You have a job, a very expensive, exhausting job that you technically own. Now, raising your prices isn't just about making more money per job. It's about actually creating that buffer, creating that margin to build something that doesn't depend entirely on you. It's how I work only 10 hours a week, because I hire the right people. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's easier said than done. But let me make this as simple as possible. Take every estimate that's sitting on your desk right now. I know you've got a stack of them that you're behind on. The ones you haven't sent, yes, those estimates. Raise your prices by 5% on all of them. Not 50%, we're not doing everything overnight. 5% right now and then send them. Now the data is going to show you one of two things. Either you're going to close the same amount of jobs that you normally close and you just made 5% profit on every single one of them. And you have room to do it again. Now, if you close less than the normal amount and you've lost a few jobs you thought you were going to get, but they were like, oh, you're too expensive, you're still making more money on the jobs that you did win. And so it's a wash. Now you know what to fix in your business, which is probably how you present your value and not just your price. And I actually have a whole video breaking down how to close more estimates and win better clients. And I'll link it below this video. But either way, you're going to win 5% more profit. Now, the only way you lose is that if you don't send those estimates at all. Now, once you start doing this and just slowly creeping it up, the margin starts moving in the right direction. That's when it's time to put systems and processes in place to protect that margin and get on to the day-to-day operations. That's the work that actually builds the business instead of just a job. Now, if you want to map out those systems and processes for your job specifically, comment game plan below. We're going to jump on a call together and we're going to go through your numbers and find out where your profit's leaking and figure out what your next highest leverage move is. It's all free. It's about an hour long. And most contractors walk away with knowing exactly what's holding their margins down and what to do about it first. You don't need more jobs. You just need better jobs priced right with the systems to back it up. Now, the math is already on your side, so let the math just work for you so you can actually have a business instead of a job.